Welcome back. It's that time of day when we're getting ready for a story. And who have we got here today? Can you remember this dog's name? This is Purdy. And you remember how I told you that she likes to be what's known as a pat dog. So if you're feeling at all sad or not feeling very well, then she likes to be there and have lots of cuddles just to let you know that actually everything's okay and everything's good. And the lovely thing is that she doesn't answer back. But she does love to go for walks. And the story I'm going to read to you today is all about going for a walk. So let's put on our seatbelts. Are you ready? We're going to turning on those listening ears. Wiggle, 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 pig. Turning on those thinking brains. Mine needs oiling. Oh! Seatbelts on so you can be safe. Check your flaps. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Check your fuel. Glug, 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 glug. Check your boosters. Vroom! Trucks away! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! So this is the story of The Secret Path. Welcome to Percy's Park. Percy the park keeper works hard looking after the park and his animal friends who live there. But Percy still likes to find time for some fun and games. And of course, in Percy's Park, there's always time for a story. I wonder what this is. Oh, there's an animal that's on my dress. Do you know what it's called? I know it's a shame, said Percy the park keeper to his small friend. Percy had been looking after a young squirrel who had fallen out of a tree and hurt his arm. And I bumped my nose on Thursday, went the squirrel. Oh, I see, said Percy, who was really not giving the squirrel his full attention. Percy was busy searching for something. Aha! Here it is, said Percy. String. We need this today. As Percy and the squirrel trundled their way across the park, they didn't notice a group of friends hiding behind a large tree. I've been meaning to fix up the old maze for ages, said Percy. The hedges are terribly overgrown. I wonder what time of year it is. We've got these beautiful flowers out and about called daffodils. So it's springtime. Maybe you've been able to go out into a wood nearby you. Oh, Percy's going to work on the maze, said the fox. Let's race in there and have some fun, said the badger. And he began to whisper excitedly. And the others they squeaked with delight as they listened. Only the hedgehog wasn't sure. He found the maze rather confusing. I don't think I'll come, he said. I've got something to do. There he is. Percy parked his wheelbarrow by the entrance to the maze. Aren't you worried you're going to get lost? Asked the squirrel. Ah, that's why I need the string, said Percy. I leave a tree string from where I'm working back to the entrance of the maze. That way I can't get lost, you see. The squirrel didn't really see because he wasn't really listening. I'm not sure if I like spring or autumn best, said the squirrel. At the back of the maze, a line of animals were disappearing one by one into the thick hedge. We'll go right to the middle and wait for Percy, whispered the badger. Oh, and then we'll jump out and give him a big surprise, giggled the rabbits. Shh, said the fox loudly, which set them all giggling again. Percy worked hard with his hedge clippers, and little by little the maze began to look much tidier. All the time, Percy followed his string in and out of the maze. Oh, what shape has he cut out here? Something we had a story with yesterday. By now the surprise party had made its way to the centre of the maze, where there stood a stone bench. The bench had been carved to look like a lion. At first the animals waited eagerly for Percy to come, but Percy took longer than they had expected. And soon they began to yawn, and then they fell asleep. Percy's hedge clippers clacked on and on, only stopping now and then when Percy went to dump a barrow load of clippings. As Percy pushed his empty wheelbarrow back to the maze, a hedgehog called to him. Hello, Percy. Did you get a big surprise from the animals in the maze? A big surprise? Percy stopped and smiled. Not yet. When at last Percy and the squirrel worked their way to the centre of the maze, there was no big surprise waiting for them. Percy chuckled at the sight of the sleeping animals in front of him. Let's have some fun of our own, whispered Percy, and he tiptoed to the back of the lion-shaped bench and he coughed loudly. Ahem! I beg your pardon, said Percy in a deep, growly voice. The fox opened one eye. It's not that I mind so very much, went on Percy, but I do like people to ask before they go to sleep on me. The other animals began to stir, and the fox stared at the lion's head. He couldn't believe his ears. I'm very sorry, said the fox. We didn't realise. We thought you were just a seat. The other animals opened their eyes in amazement to hear the fox talking to a lump of stone. They were even more amazed when the stone answered back. Did you indeed? Said the growly voice. Just a seat? We're very sorry, said the fox. Will you tell us your name? Percy growled. My name is... But at that moment, one of the rabbits looked behind the bench. His name is Percy, cried the rabbit. And the game was up, and a chuckling Percy came out from behind the stone bench. Percy tricked us instead, said the badger, and the fox suddenly started to giggle, and that set everybody else giggling again. "Come on," said Percy, as he collected his tools together. "Who'd like toasted tea cakes for tea? I'll show you the way out of the maze. All we have to do is follow my Oh, Percy didn't finish his sentence, for standing in front of him was a little squirrel. And the squirrel was holding a large ball of string. "Don't forget this, Percy," he said. "I wound it all up for you." Percy looked dismayed. "Oh no." "Don't worry," said the fox. "I think this is the way out." "No, no, no," said the badger. "I'm sure it's this way." "Surely it's this way," said another voice. "Oh, I might be wrong," said the squirrel holding the ball of string, "but I've got a feeling it's this way." "And I've got a feeling we'll be having toasted tea cakes for breakfast," said Percy. And if we open up this page, we can see the maze. Oh, here it is. So they have got to find their way back from the centre all the way back to the entrance, which is, oh, if I can manage, just here. It's going to be a bit tricky, isn't it? So now, children, it's tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock when the big hand reaches number 12. Tick-tock, 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 and the little hand reaches number 12. It's 12:00, which means it's time to go home. Cheerio.